Hi everyone, it's Mary Jo. Welcome back to my channel. This is our beautiful full moon lunar eclipse that we will be having at 11 degrees of Leo on January 31st, 2018 at 11 degrees. Now when we have these very highly potent energetic energies, even more so than a full moon, we have to look at it as a time of reflection that is going to be impacted in a greater way than on a full moon, because eclipses are like very intense, almost like if you hit the NOS button, on steroids. It really is highly impacted. And being lunar, it's about your emotions. Being in Leo, it's going to be about things that pertain to the heart of the matter, where you're generous, where your pride is, how you shine, your creativity. What are you creating in your life? And depending on where 11 degrees Leo is in your chart, that house will be more impacted, or anything that look at that's 11 degrees of any of these mutable signs, okay? Or any planets that you have at 11 degrees that could be affecting you. Now, remembering that the eclipses are there for a reason to push us to grow. It's a catalyst for growth for us, okay? So whatever that area is in your chart is where you're being pushed to really grow, mature, and evolve. Things will happen just before or after the eclipse that will either impact you directly or people that are very intimate in your life, family and friends, even a couple weeks before or after. But you can feel the energy for about 6 months. And think back to last August with the last eclipse that we had. What has unfolded or changed in your life from that time to now? And remembering that the total lunar eclipse is about deep-seated wounds that we want to release. Seeing the beauty of your uniqueness, who you are and what you have to create in the world, and feeling your need for humanity in the larger scale, because we're looking at the Leo Aquarian polarity, transcending old paradigms or beliefs and making quantum leaps from the old into the new. So these are very intense energies and times for us. Now with this eclipse that we're having, this one has not happened, I read, for about 150 years was the last time this type of eclipse happened. Because not only is it called a blue moon, which a blue moon is when you have 2 full moons in 1 month. So there will be 13 full moons this year. Now, the blue moon happens every 2.5 years. And they're saying that it's also going to be a blood moon. Now, blood moon means when certain gases are floating around in the atmosphere and the reflection of the sun on the moon will make it appear like it's this pinkish red. It might not be visible in every part of the world, and it just depends on whether these gaseous events are happening. And also, since the location of the moon to Earth is going to appear very big, it's going to appear to be a supermoon. So it's got a very intense energy to it. All right, and parts of the United States might see it, but mostly I believe it's going to be like Australia or the Pacific Rim. We'll have a full view of the totality of the lunar eclipse after midnight, and parts of like the west coast of the United States. I don't know about the rest. You could always Google that. But yeah, so we have this Leo, okay, which is, like I said, the heart of the matter, your generosity, how you shine, what you create. It's 5th house, children, sex for pleasure, creativity, all right, enjoyment, recreation, anything you're playful with. And it is ruled by the sun, Leo, all right? So it could be some of your identity, and also could affect, since it is a lunar eclipse, someone feminine in your life. It could be a mother, sister, aunts, your boss if she's female, anyone who's like the feminine energy. That could be affecting them if it's not you directly. Alrighty, but try and think back on 19 years ago, because 19 years ago was when this happened, like on the exact date, at the exact degree. What was eclipsed from your life at that time? Try and think back on that eclipse 19 years ago and see if there's a similarity in pattern. So what I did, I pulled the world card, all right, because the Earth goes between the sun and the moon at the time of a lunar eclipse. That's why it obscures your vision of the moon, which is your emotions, all right? So they're intensified, okay? And especially because it's a lunar eclipse. That's mostly emotions. It's more the feminine reflective aspects. So what's obscuring things right now? We have the 7 of Cups. So the Seven of Cups we're talking about, a lot of us are facing many different choices right now in our lives. And it's cups, so it's very appropriate since it is the moon, and the moon is emotion. So the watery realm, like I said, the feminine energies within all of us, that reflective, receptive, loving, nurturing part of us. Seven, many choices they're saying. Now the seven is like a lightning bolt. This is illumination. This is enlightenment. So it's appropriate. It's the seven. Enlightening your emotions, illuminating your emotions. What are you bringing to form from earth, from above down, like a lightning bolt? Okay, we do have the waters here. They're not tumultuous. They're rippling a little, like I say, and there's this gleaming gold and silver and lavender. So there's very mutable shades. We have the rainbow from one cup. Looks like stars. We look fire. See, every cup in your life can be different in what your sensual pleasures are. The cups, emotions, sensual pleasures, things like you feel loved, you feel appreciated, you feel joy. So in your life, what's blocking you is there's a lot of us that are very confused right now. We're not making solid decisions or making any decisions. Maybe we're complacent with this relationship or this job or career, this class at school, this house, this car. You know, this is a time that we're going to be shaken. Like the universe shakes us and awakens us. You know, you shake them and wake them. And this is what's happening. It's going to make you see things that you've been maybe blinded to or ignoring. And when this happens, it is intense. Now, a gentle note would be, since it's in Leo fire sign, point of thumb is that the other fire signs like Aries and when you have Sag and Leo fire signs, usually this is a benefic thing for them. It's a blessing. So if you do have strong energies in your fire sign in your chart, this might be something more of a blessing for you. Or towards someone who's a feminine in your life, that's very close to you or intimate in your life. But for you, so what's blocking you? You need to be clear and make some clear-cut decisions and choices. Maybe you're fantasizing about a lot of things, but you won't take the steps to change things in your life. Well, this is going to come to a shock. This is going to be something that automatically changes. Like many people get pregnant or find out they're engaged, they're getting married, or they lost their job, but something better comes along, or their boss quits, or other people you don't care for in your job or school, they leave or move, a new house. See, things suddenly changing and abruptly changing that's in the proximity of you emotionally with people around you. And more than likely it is someone who's feminine in your life. But you know, we're looking at too, what we want to wax, wane, and what we're doing good in our lives. So what we want to look at what we need to do more of with the death card. This is that number 13 is alchemical process of transformation and change. And this card is Pluto. So I think Pluto is squaring Uranus right now, and Uranus does rule Aquarius, and Aquarius is the axis opposite of Leo, and that's the polarity we're in, North Node and South Node in Aquarius, North Node in Leo. So this axis is really being intensified, and especially with Pluto squaring it. This is talking about the outer planets, everybody. So it is about the death of the old with powerful change for humanity, for the world, increasing change, very powerful. But for us on an intimate level, it's about we need to do more transformation, more transitioning. We have to let go of this complacency and confusion where we're scattered. Focus in and make the changes in our life. This is time to step out of the old you, the old skin. Let that old part of you die off, like we talked about in the beginning. Old paradigms, shifting, changing, endings for new beginnings. And the eclipses do that to us. Many people I know under eclipses break up, have ending relationships. But it's not something that's bad. It usually turns out to be something that was very good for them because they would not make the change themselves. They didn't get out of this toxic or unhealthy relationship or what wasn't best for them. And that could have been even like they ended their job or they got laid off or something suddenly happens. This could be people leaving your life. And it might not even be like a death or a divorce or a breakup. It could be like they move away. Or your friend gets engaged or they get married and you don't see them as much. Your teacher goes out on maternity leave that you're doing great within that class. You know, put it in the perspective of your life. But these are powerful endings in our lives that we need to do more of and embrace the new energy that's coming in. Many of us just want to stay stuck in the old because we're afraid of the new. And I get it. You know, we're human and we feel these things. When we attach ourselves more to spirit and the energies of God and the universe, we trust because they're always right. And when we let them speak to us or show us the signs with an open heart, okay, because this is Leo, and we trust, we know that they're right. And the best outcome comes to us. It's the fear we need to let go of. And what you're doing, and you need to, let's say you're doing well, and you could keep working on with now this is a major arcana, by the way, so it's an intense energy. Here we have the Lovers, which is Gemini. Now, this is talking about making good choices. And we talked about this card is about scattered, needing to make good choices, illumination. This is the part of us that we feel complete with. So we want to keep working toward that, transitioning, phasing out of the old, okay, us, and not being afraid of letting the new energies come to us. We need to be reborn many, many times in our lives. And with the Saturn of cycles of 7 years with Saturn, you know, every 7 years we enter a new phase in our life. You know, you have to look at that as regeneration. And that's what this card is about too, life, death, rebirth. This card is about making good choices, allowing in beautiful energies that are healthy for us. You want to choose things in your life that you feel completed by. Different phases of our life, we feel we need different things, right? It's part of our evolution. It's part of our growth. We want you to keep doing that. And with this number of 6, which is Venus, it's harmonic balance. It's your money, self-esteem, earthly possessions, the physical body, all right? We want you to continue to make good choices, healthy choices, including times when we need to release and let go of things that we have outgrown or are not serving our highest purpose. And I know these words are very intense for many of us and frightening to hear Spirit say this to us, but knowing and releasing what it is that you fear to let go of and wondering what is going to be left, what was going to be the worst that happens to me after it's gone, is very empowering, that so that you can know that it is part of your balance that you need. And in the balance is the letting go so you can let in, the releasing and the accepting, the giving and the receiving. That being said, what we want to continue to do that maybe you're not doing enough of, with the 2 of Cups, another card of sensual pleasures and emotions. Mirroring, did you see this? I just noticed, thanks Spirit. Look at the waters in here, all 3 are calm. So I'm going to say for many of us, this eclipse, whatever the outcome is, will be not only that we needed, but it's very South Moon in Aquarius, releasing trauma with calm. All right? So with that being said, the 2 is talking about you and other. So it could be you and a lover, a friend, a family member, cousin, aunt, it doesn't matter. You know, again, with very feminine energies attached to this. But it also could be a partnering, the new business, the job, the career, something with the 2 that you're doing to bring this balance again. But this is a giving and receiving energy, and we want to continue that. If you're not doing enough of that, we need you to do more and more of this. Even exchange. So if you have to exchange your emotions and you're not, maybe you're keeping things hidden and you're wondering why things aren't going forward in your life, this is about you talking about those feelings, the things that emotionally are affecting you with this person, to release that energy. Because keeping it bottled up inside of you is only going to make you sick. You need to express yourself how you feel. And this is, like I say, a friendship. This is something that is very giving and receiving, you know, like, and some of them, they show the cups intertwine. She's feeding him, he's feeding her from the cup. And that's the sharing of your emotions, the sharing of your love. That you're seeing eye to eye here. You see the 2 of them? And this spark of spirit, God, source energy between them, right around the 3rd eye. This is, again, this illumination. Something is going to be revealed to you. Something that was blocked, that you couldn't make a decision. This is what you want to keep: a clear, open third eye. You want to be a clear, wise, open channel for spirit of the highest white light energy. You want to bring that more into balance too. Create that with you in spirit. For many of us, that's what it's talking about. Others, you and someone in form that you want to create a giving and receiving energy with. And it's not just once and right now. This is going onward for 5 or 6 months. And see back to the last eclipse, like how is that eclipse that happened last August played out with you to now, with someone in particular maybe? Think back on that. And even think back on 19 years ago when this happened. How did that affect you? Who came into your life or left your life? What came into your life, left your life? What did you let go of in your life? And what did you receive into your life? Okay, and again, if you know what the house this is affecting you in, it would help you how it's going to play out in your life. If it's the first house, it's your ego. Your second house is your money and love. Your third house is how you're communicating. Your fourth house is your home or mother. You know, your fifth house, which could be fun and play and recreation. Sixth house is your health and your daily routine or daily work, not your job. Seventh house would be your relationships, love, partnerships. Eighth house would be other people's money, like your mortgage, a loan. Also could be sex. It could be also deep psychic things happening for you. The ninth house would be your philosophies, your ideals, expanding on that, even publishing. 10th house is your career, the strength in the outer world, your reputation. 11th house, your hopes, wishes, and dreams. Okay, humanitarianism. In the 12th house is dissolution, letting go, clearing, karmic debt, and compassion. So look at your chart and see how this will affect you. Now, you might not see the energy for immediately that day. It could be a week or two before or after you might feel the energy too, or this person close to you or someone in your life. And also trying not to do anything new or extreme around the lunar eclipse. Don't start anything new. Now, something's already in play and happen and you have no control over it, like this apartment is ready and you're supposed to move in and they want you to move in the day of the eclipse. That's been set in motion and there's nothing you have control over. But don't you do anything new or branch on anything exceptionally daring on that day or around 4 or 5 days before or after. You want to let the energy of the eclipse pass. So I hope this does give you some insight into the illuminating energies and the intensified energetic emotions you might have around the full moon lunar eclipse. And since it's in Leo, like I said, it is the heart of the matter, your generosity, your pride, how you shine, okay? So try and keep that day, the 31st, in some sort of a meditation or calm for you, so that if anything starts to happen around you, you can remember what Spirit is saying here to you and help you get through this. But hopefully it's going to be a beautiful eclipse for those of you who can view it, and even in your life energetically and emotionally, for whomever it is that's involved with you or someone close to you, that is a blessed event. And look at it, even if it doesn't appear to be, ask Spirit, what good is coming out of this? And trust in the universe that it will be unfolded to you and the best result shall come to you. Well, thank you, Spirit, for this beautiful reading, and thank you all for watching, liking, and subscribing. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the content that I give you. And thank you for your comments and love. Please subscribe if you haven't, and as always, I wish you the best.